gentlemen, in the number 2 card, a very good friend of mine, Dave Bertram. Put your hands together. David, well done. Thank you.
Well, I'd like to congratulate Ipswich Card Club. They've done a fantastic job. It's the first time the CIK round has been held up here, and I think it's incredible. Particularly like to thank Brian Cossa. We worked a little while ago. We've got 96 years of experience between us, but we did the job. Thank you very much. And Frank Ritali for lending me the motor. I detonated mine yesterday. And Les Panowski of Speed Cards. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for the Resa Heavy winners. First, second and third, Dave Bertram, Mark Smith and Chris Robinson. The opportunity you get, ladies and gentlemen, you get first, second or third at one of these meetings, you get your photographs in all the magazines, and you get the opportunity to get a little bit of a chance to say hi. All right, we'll get on with the Resa Light class, ladies and gentlemen. Keep the program moving. Third place, ladies and gentlemen, Resa Light here this weekend after a great final, the number 21 cart of Sam Costa. I always want to talk with the microphone, pick up the... Congratulations, Sam.
Thanks a lot. First of all, I'd like to thank the club for such a great weekend, and Franco especially for his help, and pit crew and everyone else involved. Thanks a lot.
Sam Costa, ladies and gentlemen, third place, Resa Light, just up there, Sam, there you go, mate. Second place, ladies and gentlemen, this young man put up a great performance all weekend, racing against his wife. How do you do that? Doesn't matter, we'll talk about that later. The number 5 cart, Jeffrey Moore. Congratulations, mate.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate Ipswich Club on putting on the weekend. Many thanks to Alf Capri for the engine and for all the engine work that he did today. We had a few problems early on. And also to Chris and the boys for all the help and pits. Thanks a lot.
Second place, ladies and gentlemen, Resa Light. Of course, the number 5 card, Jeffrey Moore. First place, and this young man did it well all weekend, ladies and gentlemen. A big round of applause for the winner of the Resa Light class this weekend in the number 12 card, Matthew Muller.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank Peter Hill for all his help and support, the Seals for putting together my go-kart and getting it down here, Franco for all his support, Ipswich for putting on a good meeting, and Franco for all his help.
First, second and third in Resa Light, ladies and gentlemen. Give them a big round of applause while the photographs get taken. And of course, one of the main supporters of this class, ladies and gentlemen, right throughout the series, Franco Guartoli. We'd certainly like to thank Franco for the support that he's given over this series in the Resa class racing. Thank you very much. A round of applause for Franco Guartoli, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're just about to get into the fast action here now, ladies and gentlemen. Just don't walk across that line there, thanks, boys. Otherwise, the girls up in the control tower, they bite your head off. Don't forget, lady drivers and pit crew, please to make sure that you return your transponders to the transponder official in the Park Ternay area on the completion of each of your rounds of finals here today, just to ensure that we don't have any difficulty catching up with those a little later on. Okay, this is the finals grid, ladies and gentlemen, for this class. Remember, what they'll do is they'll run 2 laps. They'll pull up in front of Ross Hill, our clerk of the course. You can see the pit crew out there with the electric starters in case any of their chargers have a problem getting off the line. The red light's flashing, the green lights are on there. Away, ladies and gentlemen. Troy Hunt gets a little bit slow, and our current national title holder, young Ryan Briscoe, gets a great start on the outside. Works into the lead already in through Leo and Green this time. Works past as the one. It looks like we've got the number 7 card of young Brendan May just stalled on the start grid there and getting some assistance. Gets it started underway now and appears to be able to try and get it off the ground. Will it work or won't it? Looks to be able to get underway, but certainly experiencing some problem there, the number 7 cart of young Brendan May. They go across to the far side. Don't take your eyes off this action for 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. It'll come thick and fast. We've got another one. The number 8 cart appears to not have been able to get away either. Jesse Hancock with a problem as the first 2. This time it's our current national title holder, Ryan Briscoe in 1. Troy Hunt in 3 as they go past me. Then it's Michael Caruso in 9. 4 cart is Alan Kerr as they go around out of my sight once more at the completion of the first of 20 laps. 18 laps left to run as they come past me the second time here in a moment or two, ladies and gentlemen. And it is Dean Canto in 5. Behind them is Mitch Bolton in 11. And bringing up the rear at this stage as they go across underneath the number 2 light tower is the number 10 cart, ladies and gentlemen, of James Harrigan. Oh, action at the front there with Troy Hunt in number 3, trying to get past the number 1 cart at this stage, unable to do so at this time and has to be content. But of course they've got a long way still to run before this one finishes.
Yeah, well, Ryan Briscoe did a very good job getting off the line. Had no problems that time. And he leads from Troy Hunt in the Intercontinental Late Junior final here.
Okay. Use that one in that case.
Yeah, Ryan Briscoe leading from Troy Hunt here in the Intercontinental Late Junior final. Hunt putting Briscoe under enormous pressure here with as they head up into Rockville Corner and back down the back straight, the 165 metre straight, as Hunt sits right behind Briscoe. Couldn't go under brakes that time, but Alan Gurr, he took Michael Caruso there down the under brakes there at the end of the back straight. Gurr third from Caruso 4.
Dean Canner, the next one through at number 5. Then comes Mitchell Bolton. I'll tell you what, if this action goes for 20 laps, you've seen something out of the box here as our current national title holder. Ah, yes! Look at number 3 card of Troy Hunt looking for an inside going through Green, Leo and Green. Unable to do it at this time. And Ryan Briscoe in 1 from Troy Hunt in 3. A little further back, Alan Gurr in 4. Michael Caruso in the number 9 card as they come out onto the 90 metre straight. The first 2 slide off the end of it and they work around the hairpin, work up towards the top corner now, ladies and gentlemen. Rockler as they come onto the 165 metre straight. Watch the acceleration, watch the action that comes in with these first 2. And we've got Ryan Briscoe in 1 and Troy Hunt in 3 as they come off the end. They work into the extended S section. Third place at this time is the number 4 card of Alan Gurr. In behind him, Michael Caruso in 9. We'll get some times on you in a moment, some times for you in a moment, ladies and gentlemen, as Dean Canto in 5, Mitch Bolton in 11 is the next one through, and of course the 10 card behind them is James Harrington, ladies and gentlemen. They work across to the far side once more. Less than a cart length between the first 2 as they come onto the 90 metre straight once more, ladies and gentlemen. The quickest of quick glances over the shoulder from Ryan Briscoe, but Troy Hunt certainly means a lot of business here today and works up with tremendous pressure applied to our current national title holder.
Yeah, well, there's less than a nose cone between these 2. Hunt He wants to take this win. He needs this win to close up to Ryan Briscoe in the championship. He will, at worst, be second in the championship after today, but he wants to be as close as possible. There's only 2 rounds left after this. One of them at Geelong in Victoria, and one of them at Lithgow in New South Wales. As
Troy Hunt just put a fastest lap in at 49.606, so the time's starting to come down, and there's nothing between the two of them. You couldn't put a piece of paper in between the nerf bar at the back of Ryan Briscoe's cart and the number 3 cart of Troy Hunt as they come down the 90-metre straight. They open it up to a gap. Put your hand in there if you want to. I don't want to. As they come out of the hairpin and they work up this time into Rockler at the end of it, and then they'll work down the 165-metre straight once more. They work down. Troy Hunt about 2 cart lengths to the Ryan Briscoe about 2 car lengths to the better of Troy Hunt. Hunt closes it up in the tighter section of the circuit, off to the right of my comedy position, and as they come past, they've got 14 laps left to run, ladies and gentlemen. These two world-class drivers out on the circuit entertaining you here today. 0.196 of a second separates one from two. You want to get technical? I can be technical. I've got a screen that'll tell me what the distance is. You just have to look at it to see what sort of distance it is. Don't put your head in between the two of them, otherwise you'll get it crashed. They come down the 90-metre straight once more, and Ryan Briscoe, a man, or a young boy I should say, that has had so much overseas experience, has just come back from the Junior World Titles, and is just putting it all on show here today for you, ladies and gentlemen, just to show you what this CIK Intercontinental A Junior class is all about.
Yeah, and he's doing a great job in the lead there from Troy Hunt. He destroyed his good engine yesterday in one of the heats, so he's on his number 2 engine, but he's certainly doing a very good job in holding Troy Hunt out. Whether he's holding Hunt up or not, well, that remains to be seen. We'll only really find out if Troy can get past, but Ryan Briscoe will do everything in his power to prevent that from happening.
He certainly will, mate. They come out through chain break. Troy Hunt in second position. The 4 cart of Alan Gurr in third place. Michael Caruso is the next one through behind him. Mitch Bolton, the local Queensland champion up here, doing a great job, sitting back just one further from there. And the last two as they come down the 90-metre straight, the number 10 cart of James Harrigan. And it looks like we could have some slight difficulty with young Dean Canto in the 5 cart dropped off to the rear of the grid at this stage. Down back to the leaders, and still about a car length and a half. You're right, you know, Eddie. No risk about it. The young Troy Hunt appears to be a little bit quicker in the tighter spots, but at this time, our number 1 cart driver, of course, Ryan Briscoe, has opened up about 3 cart lengths advantage as they run over past Leo and Green once more.
Yeah, well, Briscoe seems to have pulled away just a little bit. I don't know. It could have been something as simple as Troy Hunt just miscuing a corner just a little bit, but 2 cart lengths, that's not much. That's, that's just a click of the fingers. That is very, very little with the speed that these go-karts go at. Mitch Bolton and James Harrigan having a bit of a run here for 5th and 6th positions. As the Harrigan attempts an inside move, couldn't do it that time. But it's still Briscoe. He is really starting to edge away from Troy Hunt. I don't know whether Hunt's just saying, well, look, 11 laps to go, plenty of time. We can just cruise for now. I know where I can get him. He may have his whole tactics lined up, or he may have some problem. He was looking at his pit crew that time around, but the engine was 4-stroking. That could be a good sign. That should be, I got plenty in reserve, not a problem, we'll just rinse it up, and the last 3 laps, this is going to be a screamer.
Well, they're halfway through this race, ladies and gentlemen. They've still got 10 laps left to run, and it's certainly by no means at this stage over. Alan Gurr in number 4 sitting back in 3rd position. Michael Caruso a little further back at this time in the number 9 cart in 4th position. As the first two lock in, and about 2.5 cart lengths separate these two as they run out the Rockler once more. Our current national title holder in this great class, Intercontinental A Junior, Ryan Briscoe, as they work down past down the 165-metre straight. They go into the braking area. You're right, no risk. Troy Hunt very rich as he comes out of that tight section off to the right end of our comedy position and drives down past our comedy position at this stage. The number 10 cart getting a flag there as Alan Gurr in 4 continues to run in 3rd position. Michael Caruso in the 9 cart in 4th position. Not a great deal in it. Let's have a look at the computer. 0.6 of a second separate Ryan Briscoe from Troy Hunt. Nothing in this class of racing with 9 laps very shortly left to run. We've still got one coming in to complete his lap, but Briscoe on fire here for the final of the 3rd round of the CIK Formula Championships here, run at Ipswich, of course, in Queensland.
Yeah, well, I mean, it may look like a substantial gap between Briscoe and Hunt, but it's really very little. I'll tell you what, the people on the hill, next time they come by the straight, see what you can do in between Ryan Briscoe passing you and Troy Hunt passing you. If you can do much more than either click your fingers or clap your hands, then you're doing better than I can, because there is not much between them. But Briscoe is definitely starting to pull away even more.
0.6 of a second on that last lap separated these first two as they go across to the far side over near the drag strip, ladies and gentlemen. Out onto the ripple strip goes Ryan Briscoe in the number 1 cart. You're looking at the best juniors in Australia in this class of racing, ladies and gentlemen. Here at Ipswich this weekend, 3rd place Alan Gurr in 4, 4th place Michael Caruso. In the number 9 cart, 10 is behind them at this stage, and of course that's James Harrington, Mitch Bolton sitting in there as well, a little bit further back as they run this time. Let's have a look and we'll do some comparisons on fastest lap times at this stage. 49.606 is the time that is being displayed at this stage as the fastest. About 0.3 of a second slower than the fastest lap set in the time trial session yesterday morning.
Yeah, well, that's very good speed that they're showing it in the second half of the final here. The battle really seems to be on for 5th, 6th and 7th. James Harrigan, who hasn't had a good weekend so far, but he's really doing very well at the moment, having a race with Dean Canner, with Mitch Bolton sitting just behind him. So this could be a point of interest for the remainder of the race.
But Alan Gurr, mate, Alan Gurr's just put in a faster lap, 49.583.
That's very, very fast. For, as I said, 7 laps to go in the final. These tyres have done an awful lot of work. The engines have done a lot of work, and he is still really putting in those sorts of laps, doing very well indeed.
They certainly are, and of course that's the big deciding factor in this class of racing too, ladies and gentlemen. The tyre wear and of course the down pressure that these engines exert and the tyres exert and the chassis exert, and the amount of laps that they do over the 2 days of racing, and of course on the 1 set of tyres.
Absolutely, and these juniors have done a very good job to conserve their tyres, to be able to run at this pace as long as they have. And there is very little doubt that Ryan Briscoe has gained the upper hand here. He has pulled a substantial gap to Troy Hunt. Now, I thought that Troy may have just eased off a little bit to maybe his tyres getting tight, but he seems to be trying very hard now. The next 3 laps will tell. If he can pull in enough in the next 3 laps, then we'll know that he was only boxing and that he is going to launch a late race charge. But if he doesn't pull something in the next 2 laps, then it is all over for Troy Hunt.
It certainly appears that way at this stage, but as the race starts to unfold with just 6 laps left to run of the 20-lap pre-final, the final I should say. Did I say pre-final? We've had the pre-final. This is the final. This is where it all counts, of course, ladies and gentlemen, and our current national title holder in the Intercontinental A Juniors. Ryan Briscoe just working on the carburetor as he runs down halfway down the 165 metre straight, works into the braking area, comes around the hairpin at the bottom, still very rich, plenty of smoke coming out of the exhaust of Troy Hunt in number 3 as he works out down past my commentary position for the completion of another lap.
Yeah, well, Alan Gurr comes by with Michael Caruso. Gee, Michael Caruso's done a great job this weekend.
He certainly has. The gap between Brian Briscoe and Troy Hunt opened up to 1.1 seconds.
Yeah, well, that's starting to get a little too fast to pull back in 5 laps. Means he's got to really circulate about 3 to 4 tenths a lap faster than Ryan Briscoe to be able to get close enough and still have enough time to effect a passing manoeuvre, because to pass Ryan Briscoe is no mean feat.
Certainly is not. I tell you what, young Ryan Briscoe in the number 1 cart certainly working overtime as he goes down into the braking area at the end of the big long straight over there to the right of our commentary position. Now comes back out onto the position. He's going to be going past the number 8 cart of Jesse Hancock, pulls in to the in-chute, of course. Once you get lapped in this form of racing, of course, you're required to exit the race and move into the in-grid area. Across the far side through chain brake once more. Both Briscoe. We've got 49. There's less than there's about 2,000ths of a second between the two as far as lap times are concerned. Alan Gurr still holding the fastest time with 49.583. But a great exhibition of racing from our national title holder, and of course I'm talking about young Ryan Briscoe in the number 1 car as he comes off the end of the big long straight over on the far side, second position. Remember, this is a 5-round series too, of course, ladies and gentlemen, but these boys certainly putting it all together here for you at Ipswich.
Yeah, could the cars number 13 Simon Phillips and 28 Lee Holdsworth in Junior National please return your transponders?
Okay, enough for the commercials and we get back to the racing. A little bit of a kick as young Briscoe comes out of chain break corner this time. Troy Hunt in second place still as they come onto the 90 metre straight. They've got 2 laps left to run, ladies and gentlemen. In this the first final of the CIK Formula Racing here this afternoon. And Ryan Briscoe, our current national title holder, still after 17 laps completed, leading Troy Hunt by 1.058 seconds from Alan Gurr, 5 seconds further back from Briscoe at this time.
And that's car 89 in Junior National, Lee Holdsworth, and 13 Simon Phillips. Please return your transponders immediately, please.
Okay, they run down 2 laps left to run, ladies and gentlemen. Alan Gurr in the number 4 cart sitting in 3rd position. Michael Caruso still doing a great job in the number 9 cart sitting back in 4th place as they come up past me. 10's the next one through. That's James Harrigan and of course Dean Canto in 5. The 11 cart of Mitchell Brompton is the next one through. They go across to the far side and work out towards Rockler once more.
Well, I'm afraid Troy Hunt just hasn't been able to get it together in this final. Ryan Briscoe's driven superbly and has held on to the lead. The last lap now, down the 165 metre straight for the last time, into the S's. You're looking at Australia's defending champion and Ryan Briscoe on his way to winning perhaps his 2nd championship in a row. One lap to go, my apologies. This will be his last time round with Troy Hunt still in pursuit. But he's going to need a miracle for Hunt to be able to pull that back.
He's pulled back about 0.3 of a second. He's down to 0.8 of a second behind him, and he's just put in a faster lap. Troy Hunt on the charge in the last lap with a 49.560. You've got to give it to this boy. He doesn't want to give it up, even though it's the last lap. He works up the end of the 90 metre straight. I would think that Ryan Briscoe fairly comfortable at this time, but Troy Hunt working up to try and close the gap. It missed the last lap of the first final for the CIK Formula Racing here this afternoon.
Yeah, well, Troy Hunt, I mean, that's a great lap from him on the 2nd last lap to a 49.5. That's incredible stuff. It's a pity that he couldn't do it while he was...
Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Young Ryan Briscoe, the winner and national champion, and the winner of the final here for the 3rd round. Sorry, Eddie.
And also the Queensland State Champion for Intercontinental 8 Junior.
Yes, he is. So an extra round of applause for that too, of course. The new Queensland State title holder for the CIK Formula Intercontinental 8 Junior, Ryan Briscoe. Couldn't get a better winner.
That's right, and also due applause to Troy Hunt. He drove superbly all weekend. Unfortunately, the final just didn't go his way, but he still set the fastest lap, and you've got to hand it to him. He is a great driver. There, they shake hands as they head over the back section there.
Alan Gurr in 3rd position in the number 4 car too, Eddie.
Yeah, well, very well done.
The winners, the first 3, out for the presentation, or the provisional presentation. Of course, post-race technical inspection will take place after the initial weigh-in, etc. And the official and final presentations will be made at the completion of the event. Queensland State title as well. So 3rd position, ladies and gentlemen, in both those particular classes that I've just mentioned, and a great drive from this young man in the number 4 cart, Alan Gurr. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, young Alan Gurr.
I'd like to thank my dad, Jim Morton, Tony Cart, Brian Lindsay and Ken Mitchell for Fast Engines, Michael for the great racing, all the other competitors, the club and Caltech Springfield.
Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, Alan Gurr, 3rd place as he moves up onto the rostrum. 2nd place, ladies and gentlemen, and this young man put up a great performance all weekend. Put your hands together, give him a big round of applause, the number 3 cart of young Troy Hunt. Congratulations, Troy.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
You know, I would have liked to have won this weekend, but didn't all come together again. Once again in the final, we couldn't put it together. So, see what happens in Geelong, I suppose.
Mate, you just keep in there, mate, and it'll happen eventually, eh?
Yeah, I'm getting sick of these second place trophies, so I'm keen for it at Geelong.
Mate, you'll break the bubble shortly and it'll be great.
I'm sure it will.
Troy Hunt, ladies and gentlemen, give him a big round of applause. Second. And first place, ladies and gentlemen, not only in the third round, as said a moment or two ago, for the Australian titles for 1996, but also the CAMS Queensland State champion for Intercontinental A Junior. And give this young man a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, our current national title holder, Mr., or I should say young Ryan Briscoe. Congratulations, mate. There you go, Ryan.
Thanks. I'd like to really thank my dad for all the work he's been doing all weekend. Brian Lindsay for the engines. Ken Schroeder for the help he's given us. CIK cards. Vega tyres, MIR racewear. And Troy for some good racing. Thanks.
Put your hands together once more, ladies and gentlemen. First, second and third in the Intercontinental A Junior here at Ipswich this weekend. And the new CAMS Queensland State title holder for that class, young Ryan Briscoe as well. First up time, number 2. On the second row of the grid, on the front row of the grid in grid position 2, beside Leanne, John Joyce in the number 2 cart, Malcolm Heath. In grid position 3 in cart number 7, William Yarwood off in the 4 cart off grid position 4, Nick Aglin in 1 off 5. Oh, the action's going to be thick and fast at the front. Chris Wilton in 43 off 6, Joshua Pontello in 8 off 7, Brendan Dive in 20 off 8, Mark Melville, the local man up here in the 41 cart from 9, of course, William Yarwood, also from Brisbane in Queensland as well, and sitting on grid position 4. Running 4th overall in after the first 2 rounds of the series, and looking at sitting on the second row of the grid for the final here, and of course 28 laps, so make sure you get to the canteen, pick up a drink, don't miss any of the action. Peter Lawler in 5 off 10, Tim Lay in 9 off 11, Michael Cross in 28 off 12, Scott Hill in 15 off 13, Gary Biggs in 22 off 14, Ryan Singer in 29 off 15, David Cruiser in 10 off 16, Justin Dwyer in the 6 card off grid position 17, Chris Williams in 45 off 18, Tammy Douglas, another young lady in this class of racing, in the 30 card off grid position 19, Daniel Richard in the 90 card off grid position 20, Bradley Sloan in 40 off 21, Simon Meyer in 16 off 21, 22 I think you'll probably find that is, and Cameron Gessner in 11 off 23. No start this time, they'll get low! Action at the front end of the pits, at the front end of the action at the moment, wow! This looks like it's going to be one of those races, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be plenty of action, so make sure you get down to the front end of the fence or to the best spot that you could possibly find here for this 28-lap final of the Intercontinental A here for the first time in Queensland. Intercontinental A CIK Formula Racing in Queensland for the first time at Ipswich on the Willowbank track here, and the best drivers in this class out there to entertain you over 28 laps, and it's just about to happen. It's just about to get underway. Okay, they come around, remember it's acceleration line just down in front of us here. Let's see what happens. Green light and racing, and Leanne Perrier gets the first corner with John Joyce in second position, and not again as the answer comes up. Mark Melville in 41 rolls to a stop just in front of my coming position. In third position is the Malcolm Heath card in 7. Fourth place is William Yarwood in the fourth position in number 4 as they run across onto the 90-metre straight this time. Leanne Perrier has decided to throw it down from lap 1 with John Joyce in second position, Malcolm Heath in third, William Yarwood in fourth, Nick Aglin the next one through as they run up into Rockler this time,